Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Plain Living. I am John Gray.
And I am Peggy Burton. Good morning.
And I'm Jim Fuller. And where do we go from there?
That's
it. That's
we're minus one piece of fluff.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Where is she anyway?
I don't know. Where is Lauren? Does anybody have an idea?
Maybe?
I think, you know that Where is Matt Lauer, where they send clues about where Matt's going to be? I think we have a clue about where is Lauren Foster.
Lauren? All right. Are we going to show it?
Did we have a clue? I think we have a clue because she just sort of disappeared. And, you know, that's how it is sometimes.
That's how it is sometimes.
Sometimes when you got a chance to go, you just need to go.
You need to just go.
Yeah, that's true.
You really need to go.
So
Lauren went.
We're carrying them kind of quick back there in the control room, I guess.
That's all right.
So
been a beautiful weekend.
Yes, and there is so much going on around here.
I can't even begin to tell you. Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat opens this weekend. South Jackson Civic Center Friday night, 7:30. Tickets 581-7767, I think, or maybe it's 60. Call.
We have a big old poster right there.
So maybe we'll focus on it.
Yeah, if we had a camera person,
I am told it's an absolutely fantastic production, and it's music all the way through.
Yeah, there's no spoken word.
Oh my gosh, you ought to see
everything is sung.
Everything is sung, and there's a children's chorus, there's an adult chorus, and
I think there's about 60.
Yeah, it's huge. So
60, and I went over there this past week, and you know we always hear about who the actors are and who the musicians are, but there's nothing really said much normally about the set and the set construction and how that takes place. And for a play like this,
it's huge.
You know, it's a huge play, and South Jackson stage is big to us, but it's not really that big a stage. So you talk about putting 60 people on it. And you talk about your set construction, that stuff has to be light, it has to be movable, but yet it's still, you know, because it's Egypt, it has to look massive.
Oh, I saw the backdrop when it was being painted, and it is phenomenal.
And so I went over there and interviewed Wayne, one of the set developers, and he's also one of the, I think he's Gad. He's one of the brothers.
One of the brothers.
And he said there's 12 of us, and he said, well, no, there's 11 of us. He said, well, yeah, Joseph's a brother too, so there is 12, but we mad at him.
Oh.
So they're mad at Joseph. So, but that's what the story's all about. They're mad at Joseph.
It's an interesting twist, that particular production. So you have to see it.
And Dr. Anderson from over in Winchester is Pharaoh, and Pharaoh is depicted as Elvis.
No, I know.
Really?
That's just right up Jerry's alley.
So this whole thing is the Bible story out of Genesis, and but it's all done in sort of partially old time looking stuff and partially modern. So we went over and I did some filming. We have a video of that. There's a camel over there that's going to be on and off the set that's probably, I don't know, 9-10 feet tall.
Great.
Huge.
A real camel?
Well, it looks like one.
Oh, okay.
Fred Helsley.
And I believe there's a goat.
There's a goat. There's a goat, and the biggest ears are corn.
There's always goats in civics. Yeah, always goats in the civics.
Anything with a goat in it, I'm going.
Oh, me. And there's some of the biggest ears of corn you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what Joseph did. They had a big famine everywhere else, and except in Egypt, they had plenty of corn because Joseph helped them deal with it, and they got ears of corn that big. So it's really a great thing, and we hope you'll all go see it. But we'll have a video on that a little bit later on in the show.
Fantastic, great.
And Ring of Fire is over in
Manchester.
There's a Ring of Fire in Manchester, folks.
The Johnny Cash is played by several different people.
Right, so it's a tribute to Johnny.
That's an interesting twist, and I think people are going to find it exciting.
And that's still going on, John?
Yeah, it was last weekend, and it's this weekend.
This weekend, and I haven't seen it yet, but everybody I've talked to that's seen it said they thoroughly enjoyed it. It was well done, and the music was, very Johnny Cash.
Well, Jamie Harden is producing that, and Jamie does a good job over there in producing the 50 show and putting those compilation shows together.
He is a great.
You say, Lauren? Here's a clue. Where is Lauren Foster?
Good clue.
Not around here.
Not around
That's
here.
not
around
Tim's
here.
Ford.
That's right.
So when you think you know,
I
where
got my
Lauren
toes
is,
in
let
the
us
sand.
know.
What's that
Toes in
song?
the water, toes in the sand.
I love it.
That was pretty cruel of her yesterday.
I know, just to pack up and
Well,
leave.
yeah, John and I were slaving away yesterday, and she sends us that text.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Disappeared.
Yeah, I remember.
She just disappeared.
Yeah.
Julia said she got a good opportunity, and Lauren's never one to pass up on a good opportunity.
That's right.
So she's in
right.
Florida.
Exactly.
So instead
Lucky her.
I'm going to be careful how
No,
I
I
say
think
this.
that's South
Instead
Carolina.
of Beauty and the Beast, it's Beauty on the Beach.
There you go. Beauty on the beach.
There
We don't know whether there's a beast involved or not.
Oh, I would think so.
You would think so.
Oh, yeah.
Being a woman,
This
Peggy
is the
would
voice
think
of
so. Yeah,
experience
voice of
right here.
experience. Yeah,
I
so-
know, it's fun being on the beach. I just love listening to the water. Don't you love listening to the water?
Oh, yeah. It's powerful. I
Sound
mean, that's where we
of the sea.
came
It's
from.
Very powerful.
That's where we came from.
And it's
out
a great
of the
place
ocean.
to meditate and just do a lot of things.
It's powerful. It's so powerful, and there's ions. I think it's negative ions that are created on the beach, which is the ion that makes you feel good. And that's why when you go on vacation, you go to the beach. One thing's you're not thinking about anything, but it's the
Whatever it is,
physics,
it makes you feel good. Yeah.
chemistry of the
Chemistry of the
ocean,
whole thing.
and to the point that some big buildings in cities have equipment that pumps negative ions into the heat and air system
I didn't know about that.
to
Did you know
where
about
to
that?
where
know
it
about
makes
that.
their people in there feel better
You think
because
you could pump some of that into my house?
You know, when I
Maybe
was
so.
when I was about 21 years old, somebody made a record, and one of these big LPs,
Oh, yeah.
big LPs. Somebody made a record, and that's all it was sounds of the
Sounds
ocean.
of the ocean.
So
Oh, yeah.
that if you played that there,
Well, it's a great sleeping material
Yeah, you'd
or
feel like you were
whatever.
on the ocean. There's a great story that goes with the record thing, which I can't tell. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, it worked. Did it
I'll
work?
leave that up to your
Imagination, yeah.
imagination.
But there are people that do that. You can buy rain. You can buy
yeah.
wind blowing.
Oh, I
you
think I can
know.
get all that on my Galaxy Pad.
Probably so. Probably so. Want to remind you folks of something else. This weekend, the organ is going to be dedicated at St. Barnabas Church at 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and they have a guest organist coming in there.
Awesome.
They've redone the pipes in that thing, and I was over there yesterday,
beautiful.
and it was just. It was phenomenal. So want everybody to know that's going to be happening Sunday afternoon at 5.
At
If
5
you just
o'clock.
want to listen to some incredible organ music,
Just pop in
you can
there.
go to St. Barnabas and hear it.
And if you're watching this on Tuesday, you got about 5 more hours to get your income taxes filed.
Oh, that's right. They've extended it, haven't they?
Well, they're open. It's open late though, isn't
Yeah.
it? Post offices are open late, I believe.
Well, yeah, I think so. Probably you can if you get them there before midnight.
I can't ever
Yeah.
stand the rush. I do mine early. It's over and done way before time. I just don't like to have it.
You don't like having
over my
stuff
head.
hanging
No,
over
I
you, do
don't.
you,
I
Peggy?
don't.
Peggy likes to clean the
I
table
like
and
to
get her
clean the
done.
table and get on with it.
I rarely get mine done on time. It's
Really?
always
Yeah.
an extension.
Yeah, me too. So, well, what we're going to do now is we got a great show coming up today. We have a lot of people coming to see us. I know Catherine Murray's going to be here about
Oh,
camp
good.
diversity and different things going on, and she has a new show that she's getting ready to
Yes,
do.
she
And so,
does.
a lot of fun here on Just Plain Living. Don't you go away. We'll be right back after some messages from our dear, wonderful sponsors.
I'm Jennifer. I have struggled with my weight for years. That's why I was so excited when I heard that Advanced Weight Loss was opening a clinic in Tullahoma. They offer phenamine and lipotropics B12 shots. That combo has helped me to lose weight and have energy in the past. My next call is to Advanced Weight Loss to schedule my appointment. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments take priority. You should make a call too, 444-7855. They are located at 313 North Jackson Street, across from the U.S. Bank, and on the web at weightlosstullahoma.com.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has the checking, loans, savings, and traditional banking services you want. Plus free internet banking and bill pay, bank your change, Visa gift card, and lots more state-of-the-art banking services. We focus on the service and services you want. So you can bank when, where, and how you want. At our offices or from just about anywhere. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need.
If you're looking for a great atmosphere, good music, an open design, and a staff that understands what it takes to serve the best food around, you'll find it at the Timberloft Restaurant in Manchester. Locally owned and operated, the Timberloft features smoked meats, prime rib, black Angus steaks, sandwiches, burgers, pastas, incredible appetizers and sides, and decadent desserts made in-house. Searching for a new place to hang out with company clients and friends? With a cozy feel, a quiet bar, awesome drinks, and big city quality food, you found it when you visit the Timberloft, 1165 Woodbury Highway, Manchester. Catering and party planning available. The Timberloft, spectacular.
This facility was built literally on the international date line to bring Charter customers tomorrow's technology first. Like Charter Internet, which was just made faster again. With speeds up to 100 megs, you can download a movie in 2 minutes. The #1 internet service provider in the nation. Click.
Fogelman, good luck with the presentation tomorrow.
Already nailed it.
Get Charter Internet Express for only $19.99 a month.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back and we are getting ready to get scientific on you. Are you ready to get scientific? Well, if you aren't, it's too bad. We're going to bring it to you anyway, because the Hands-On Science Center here is here today, and they are getting ready to talk with us about their upcoming fundraising event, which is absolutely different and new. It is a wine tasting and is about the history of wine. And Misty Marshall, the executive director with the Hands-On Science Center, is here this morning with her friend, and I'm sorry, I've already forgotten your name.
Rebecca Johnson.
Rebecca Johnson is here, and we're going to talk about this upcoming event, how much fun it's going to be. What the Science Center does for this community is incredible, and we need to help. Everybody needs to help them continue on with their mission, and that's getting little folks and old folks and all kinds of folks more interested and educated about science.
Yes, sir. That's exactly right.
Tell it.
Well, a lot of people don't realize the Science Center here in Tullahoma, last year we had over 18,500 visitors. Most people don't realize that. And we really focus on kids, but we're also branching out to teenagers and adults. And a lot of people don't know that. We had over 100 school groups last year. Each school group got a science demonstration, and each one had time to go through the center and look at over our 120 different science exhibits. They teach all different science principles and different science facts. So a lot of people don't realize we work very hard to try to spread the joy of learning in children and in adults.
Well, this I think is a really unique way of having a fundraiser. You know, a lot of people are into wines and the different types of wines. It amazes me how used to wine all came either from Europe or from California, and now people everywhere are producing wines, these small vineyards. And Beans Creek over in Manchester, in that area.
Yes, sir.
We even have a cousin up in McMinnville who used to be a tree grower and now is using their property for vines and growing wine. So it's becoming not just a fun thing to partake in, it's become a grassroots type of business in the state of Tennessee. I know there's Kix Brooks has a vineyard at Arrington, and there's different ones around, and we're very fortunate to have Beans Creek right here. But most of us don't understand the science of wine and winemaking, and you're going to share that with
Yes,
the folks
sir.
at this fundraiser.
Yes, sir. What we're trying to do is we want to have people come into the center and enjoy what we do there, but also take some science with them. So what we have is we have John and Kathy Manis are coming from the Create a Wine store here in Tullahoma, and they're going to come and do presentations on the process of making wine and the science behind that. And then we also have a group here from Tullahoma that's going to come and talk about health aspects from the cardiology group, and we've got different things that you can compare foods, and they're going to talk about how that works. And so we want to get people in the center to see what we do, and we want them to take some science with them. So we've tried different ways to do that. So we're going to have some science learning and some fun at the same time.
Yes, and what is that cost? What's the cost for this?
Well, if you're a member of the Science Center, it's just $20 or $25 per person, and if you're not a member, it's $30 per person.
And so, what if somebody? They can come sign up that night as well, can't they?
Yes, sir. They sure can.
And
They
save
sure can.
$5.
That's
And
right.
what's a membership to the Science Center cost?
Well, if you have a membership at the Science Center, you and your family can come to the center as much as you want for a full year. And a lot of people don't realize that. It's only $50, and you and your family can come as much as you want to in a year. Now, here in Tullahoma, we do have a lot of families that take advantage of that. Now we have over 400 families that are joined, and they use it on a regular basis. And with gas prices going up, it's always good to have something local that you can bring your kids to and have a good time.
Right. So what about an individual? What if you're not a family? What if you don't have a family? What if you're just one person wants to be a member of the center?
Well,
Is it still $50?
No, an individual can get a membership for $25.
$25.
So if you get a membership as an individual, then it's just $25, and it's for a year. You come as much as you want.
Okay. Now notice you've got some good-looking stuff down here. Are these some? Tell us about some of your sponsors, because you will have a silent auction that night.
Yes,
right?
sir. We are going to have a silent
Or is it a
auction.
live auction?
It's a silent
auction. Okay.
Ms. Bacon, you want to talk about some of these?
Absolutely. Yes. We're going to be having a silent auction, so it's going to be baskets of different things, and these are just some of the items that have that we're showcasing that are going to be included in the auction. And this is a bottle of, like you said, Kix Brooks's Vineyard,
Right.
Arrington. He has signed us a bottle of his wine, which is going to be in the auction. And
Yeah,
this is our
just leave
Jack
it down
Daniels.
and she'll get it with the camera. There you go.
The here's the Jack Daniels bottle. Here is signed by the master distiller, and it's a Holiday Select Special Edition whiskey that's in that. A pair of Coach sunglasses over there by you, and then in the front here is a Pandora bracelet given us through Jim Woodard at the Woodard's Jewelers. Has given that, and Tullahoma Vision Associates has provided the Coach sunglasses, and Dr. Hogue and his wife have donated the bottle of Jack Daniels.
Okay, and I'm sure there's other things as well.
Yes, sir. Yes.
There are.
Things as well. You know, you made mention a little bit ago about the fact that there were 18,000 visitors. You said?
A little over 18,500.
A little over 18,000 visitors to the Science Center. You know, and we as a community and as business people need to realize how important that is, because those are 18,000 little mouths and hands that might stop and buy a hamburger, might need to get gas to get back where they're going to. So it brings business. It's sort of like the Science Center, South Jackson Civic Center, the Art Center. You know, these are places that bring business into town and bring people into town. So they're very important as part of the fabric of our community to make sure these places stay operating full force and going forward. And I know I heard the other night, I guess at the board meeting, that your chairman of the board was speaking, that the Science Center has some really exciting plans for the future.
Yes, sir, we do.
And these folks, doing stuff like this is a way that you can help them go forward and also help our community here.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we try to provide a service for the community as well. Some of the things that we do that we would love for people to know about is now for the community, we have star parties the first Saturday of every month, and that is free to the public. And we open up the Goethe Observatory out front, and anyone can come and listen to a little presentation about what we can see in the sky that night, and then they get the opportunity to look through different telescopes. So that's become really popular, but we'd love for more people to come out. That's fun and it's free. So we try to do things like that. Some future plans that we have, we would love to have one night a month sponsored by someone, and it's just a family night, and it's free for anyone to come. So those are type of things that we're wanting to get in, and yeah, we want to grow, and these type of events help us do that.
Well, girls, one more time, that's when?
It's next Saturday, April 28th, from 7 until 10 o'clock, and you can purchase tickets at the door.
And they can, or do they need reservations?
They can call and reserve. We do have a maximum occupancy, so you can call and reserve your spot if you would like to.
Okay, and that phone number?
It's 455-8387.
The Science Center, what a great place to be. Can you outrun a cheetah? go over there and find out. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you. Good luck, dear.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, folks, we'll be right back after these messages. I'm going to go run that cheetah.
Tommy Anderton and Martha Jane Barton from Traders Bank to share why our Channel 6 viewers should bank with us in 2012. Martha Jane, I've known you to be employed at Traders Bank practically all my life. What is so special about Traders that's allowed you to enjoy 52 years employment?
Tommy, there are several things that make Traders the best. At Traders, it's like family as an employee and for our customers. Each customer receives exceptional personal service. At Traders, we're flexible and timely with our responses. At Traders, we listen and accommodate.
Martha Jane, thank you for that testimonial. Our New Year's resolution is to continue treating customers like family. It's truly why so many people never bank anywhere else.
Traders Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
These are the children who had no chance. They're known as Brazil's street kids. They wander the streets dying by the thousands from drugs, AIDS, and bullets. Most of them have been abandoned, left to survive on their own. These children needed a place to go. I had to do something. So I brought it up at Rotary. People heard about what we were doing and asked how they could help. Together, we raised funds to give them a home and open the school. They're learning a trade. Now hundreds of kids have a family and a future. They're contributing to the community because Rotary believes in making things better for everyone.
Rotary is making a difference right now.
They have hope.
Rotary gives people an opportunity to help.
All right, folks, we're back, and you know, this town is full of talented people. It's full of arts. It's full of all the different things going on, and we have a great school system here. Now, you know, we talk about our athletics at the school system. We talk about our mathematics at the school system. We talk about all of those things. But, you know, the arts get left out quite a bit. And so Lane Curley put together a little meeting yesterday at the high school, a lunch meeting, along with the board of mayor and aldermen, to showcase the arts at the high school. So we have a couple of clips on today's show. We went from everything from visual art to artists to band, flute players, singers, stage work, graphic work, and we're just going to give you a mixture of some of this a couple of times during today's show. And here's the first one, and I think it'll start off with Lane Curley making an introduction.
We recognize, I think, our academics here at the high school, and I think we recognize our athletics at this high school. And I just thought it was appropriate that we recognize the arts at this high school. So I think it's appropriate that we pause and recognize those young people that have such an artistic talent that we're getting ready to enjoy now. So I appreciate you being here today. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I hope you enjoy it as well.
Tulsa High School has a long tradition going back years and years of fantastic fine arts talent. Today we're going to give you a snapshot of just a few of those folks and the abilities and talents that they have, and it means very much to them to see you here today to celebrate the good things that are going on. The hardest thing that we had to do was pin this down to just a few folks. Started off with one of the areas of fine arts now would be in the area of multimedia presentation. So we have Ms. Jessica Morgan, who has put together a multimedia clip, and competition, and I'll let Mr. Scott tell you a little bit more about that, what's going on, and introduce these young ladies.
Well, before I introduce them, I'm just going to give you just a few facts about the band program itself. Again, my name is Justin. My co-director is Greg English. We also have Atticus Hensley, who teaches the 7th and 8th grade band, and many of you probably know as Marion Coleman. She teaches 6th grade band in the morning with me, and she is part-time right now. So we've got really 3.5 grades, the 4 of us that are encompassing the entire band program. The band program serves grades 6 through 8. And right now, currently, we have over 350 students involved in the band program from grades 6 through 12. I said grades 6 through 12. And of those students, we have 130 of them enrolled in private lessons. This year, we had over 50 students were through audition accepted to the All Mid-State Band Clinic, the most of any school program in the Middle Tennessee area. And this year, this past weekend, we just went to the All-State Clinic, and we had 8 students there, the most of any high school program in the entire state of Tennessee. Students is Ms. Megan McKinney right here. She just came back from this weekend, and she received first chair. She's the top flute player in the entire state. And Megan's a senior, and Marissa is a junior. She was accepted to the Mid-State Band and is an alternate to All-State this year, and I have no doubt she will be an All-State next year. I'm going to turn it over to them and let them introduce the piece they're going to play for you.
I'm Mike Thompson, and we own Thompson Ford in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Lori and I bought the dealership back. It's on Highway 55. Same dealership that we had for 10 years. Look forward to serving you for another 10. Thank you to the community. Thank you for allowing us to be here for the last 15 years. Thank you for having us raise our family here.
Thank you for all your support.
It's been a great place. It's a great place to live. Look forward to living here. Put me in the ground here. I'd be proud to do it. God bless America and God bless Tennessee.
Our office used to look like this, but now with My Paper-Free Office from R.J. Young, it's easy. We've made all of our files electronic and stored them in our virtual filing cabinet, which gave us tons of space. And Bob here, a big promotion. Melissa can pull files in minutes and spends hours on Facebook. And Kyle's confidential files stay confidential.
We're not totally paper-free, right?
My Paper-Free Office from R.J. Young. It's that easy.
Good can overcome. That is where your contributions to the Salvation Army go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm here with one of these guys that I always love to get the chance to interview, because he is just a wealth of knowledge about health and about your body and about how to make you feel good, and that is my friend, the good doctor, Dr. Lawson. Right here he is. Ed, how you doing?
Pretty good. Good to be here.
What's new on the health front right now?
Well, we have
brand new.
We have Patient Appreciation Days next week.
All right.
So next Tuesday is for regular patients. They can come in and get a free adjustment or other service, and then they also have the opportunity to refer a patient for we comp the exam and X-rays.
Right.
So it takes the obstacle out of getting in.
Right. And well, you've already had a referral. Peggy Burton out there is she's a believer.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. I really enjoy what I do. One of the things that makes me a little different than others is that often our problems aren't coming from where we think they're coming from. So someone will come in with, say, a shoulder problem or maybe a knee problem. I had a patient the other day. She had fallen, and I'd been working on her neck for her shoulder and on her low back. And so we did this. She was wanting to have her knee checked by an orthopedic or something. I'm like, well, let's see what the knee says about that. And so basically what I got from her knee was that there's some muscle restrictions in her hip area. And so when I went to release the muscle restrictions, she could just cross her legs without having to pull her ankle up onto her knee. And so that was wonderful. I said, okay, now let's revisit your shoulder. Let's start there. So I always get a baseline before I intercede, right? So anyway, so she raised her arm higher than she'd been able to and lowered it without having to grab it and help it down. I'm like, oh wow, that hip restriction was also affecting her shoulder, and I didn't realize it. So it's pretty amazing. So a lot of times patients will go to medical practitioners of every kind, chiropractors, neurologists, orthopedics, medical doctors, and we get so caught up in their presenting symptoms that we just look where the smoke is, where we feel the problem, say. But a lot of those symptoms can be actually referral from another area, quite different from that.
Yeah, it's sort of like when you see a roof leak on your sheetrock inside your house on the ceiling. You just can't go straight up from it and find the leak. It's liable to be 25 feet over here somewhere, and that water finds its way down, and it's sort of like that in the same way, isn't it?
And that happened at our house, and we never found that leak. It only happened twice.
Well, you need to get up there
and the storms come through now and nothing happens, so it's just totally intermittent.
Depends. I tell you what it is. It depends on what you need to do is track which way the storms are coming from, because a lot of times the wind has to blow be coming from a certain direction, which is not a normal thing for around here. And here we are talking about roof leaks. And
but that ties in, because sometimes patients will come in and they say, I was hurting until I got in here, and so then we have to kind of dig deeper to try and make the symptom come back out, reoccur, so we can actually find it. Because that symptom represents a window into their problem.
Right.
And so a lot of times patients will play with me because I can find problems, I can find them. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that was there. So then they start wanting to see if I can find their problem without telling me what's going on. So it turns into a game. And then I love it. But if they tell me more, I'm able to use that symptom as a window to find other stuff. So sometimes, the more they tell me, the more I can do for them. So like that patient the other day with her knee, she never mentioned her knee the whole time. What she was talking about was her shoulder and hip pain.
Hip pain.
Yeah. So we were working on those, and then that doesn't occur to them because a lot of different areas are under the care of another doctor, so they think, oh, that's taken care of.
Right.
And sometimes also high triglycerides and high cholesterol and things like that. They think, oh, that's not anything I can help them with, so I don't even think to mention it. Or headaches, So it's
or backaches.
Or backaches.
No, they would mention backaches.
No, not always. They come in for carpal tunnel or something. They don't mention the other things. So they get kind of focused on what they're there for and forget to mention some other things.
That might be the key. That might be the key.
And they've lived, correct, yeah, that might give me a lot of stuff. So they might have lived with it for so long that it becomes habit, and they don't even think to mention it.
Right. I'm sort of that way.
Yeah.
I live with pain, and all of a sudden it's kind of gone away,
Like not sleeping.
Yeah.
A patient having either trouble getting to sleep or staying asleep. And I'll ask, they'll bring that up sometime. I'm like, how long's that been a problem? Oh, it's been years. I'm like, really? Well, I can help you with that. So there's... that's usually a nutritional issue, and so it's really easy to address, and within a few weeks to a few months they'll be sleeping pretty good. But see, that's really important, because when you get into sleep, that's when you heal. That's when you release certain healing hormones and things like that. That's when you get into growth and repair. And so some professions don't allow for sleep very well. And so I see these professions as being really prone to premature aging and degeneration. Guess which profession that is most common?
I don't know.
Nursing.
Really?
Yeah, you'd think that's a health profession. They would be really aware and keen about making sure everybody got enough sleep. But the nurses that work in hospitals are horribly overworked. 12-hour shifts, 12 on, 12 off, for days. And, they don't have time to take breaks and eat adequate, healthy food.
Right.
So what happens is we start building junk bodies because we're just feeding it junk. And so all the food you put in your body, you make this stuff out of. And if you want good stuff, healthy body, you got to put healthy stuff. Healthy stuff you put in there, so good food. So McDonald's fries and stuff, that's not necessarily a good thing.
You know what I heard yesterday, I believe it was. The fact is, more people in the world today die of obesity than do of starvation.
Yeah. Really?
And the complications from obesity. So it's not that people are starving to death out there, it's people are overeating themselves to death more, or eating the wrong things or whatever.
Eating the wrong things.
But that's something else that Ed does and is very, very, very smart about, and he's educated himself in proper diet and how a person should eat and how it affects your body and your muscles and your joints and all the bones, them dry bones.
Well, they need to be nice and wet and slick. So here's the thing: is we eat, and that food shuts down metabolism and creates inflammation.
Right.
So we swell up.
Right.
So a lot of our weight isn't even fat. A lot of it's water.
Yeah.
Or edema, or could be some kind of glyco, sugary gel.
Gluten.
Yeah. So some kind of
stuff that you can
pasty,
like you grease a vehicle with.
Yeah. Not so oily based, maybe sugar based.
Sugar based.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, eating better, eating more raw foods actually.
Right.
releases enzymes in our systems that help, like Pac-Man, and they go and eat up all that crap out of our...
Pac-Man.
Yes.
I need some Pac-Man.
You know, it's funny. I make these asides to patients, and I'm not used to being outdated. You know what I mean? Like I'll make a movie reference or a TV reference or an old game reference, and like if it's a young patient, they'll have no idea what I'm talking about. Like the Little Rascals, I said something about the Little Rascals the other day, and this patient was like, "You mean the movie?" I'm like, you know, my staff, I'm like, what? Have you never seen Amanda? She's early.
Well, see, the Three Stooges are coming out with a new movie, so that's going to bring the Three Stooges a whole new audience.
Right. Yeah, and I hear it's pretty good.
They say it is. They say it is. Ed Lawson, folks, my friend, he can be your friend, particularly if you're in pain and in need, because this guy can fix you up. Thanks, Ed. Hey, it's always a pleasure when you're here.
Appreciation Day next Tuesday and Thursday. If you know anybody and you want to get in, let me fix something you haven't been able to fix.
This guy can do it, I guarantee you. See you after these messages.
I went to several colleges, but when I stepped into this gym, it just felt like home.
Just learning the different techniques and the way Mr. Bryan tells us how to study the subject. Art, that's where it's really at for me.
I decided to go to nursing because I've always wanted to help people. You make those connections that you probably never forget. This is my motto, my future.
If you're interested in the freshest China buffet in the area, you've got to visit the China Super Buffet and the Walmart Shopping Center in Deckard. Featuring all the Asian dishes you have come to love, the China Super Lunch Buffet starts at $6.39 and the Dinner Buffet at $9.99. Sushi is available all day, every day, and crab legs every night from 3:30 till close. Seniors get a 10% discount. Kids 3 to 5 eat free Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights. Happy hour is 5 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with $1.29 drafts. Leo and his staff will be waiting for you at the China Super Buffet, Walmart Shopping Center in Deckard.
I'm Marley Matlin for the American Red Cross. In an emergency, infants and children can't always tell you what's wrong. Being able to read critical signs and knowing how to respond can make all the difference. The Red Cross offers infant and child CPR training, where you can learn how to recognize and respond to respiratory and cardiac emergencies. Visit www.redcross.org or call 1-800-HELP-NOW. Together, we can save a life.
Around for things other people get right away just doesn't make much sense. Get high-speed Charter internet and enjoy downloads way faster than DSL.
Welcome back. We're so fortunate in this town to have a high school that promotes the arts, and at Arts Day this week we're fixing to show you a second part. This part will feature the Aristocats under the direction of Bethany Parlier, and I'm pretty sure that Beverly Long comes in there and works with the dance. And we also have Photoshop editing being presented, along with shots from Phantom of the Opera, which put an ambitious theater piece to put on for a high school. So, welcome back, part 2 of the Arts Day.
You
is a wall done by the Interactive Multimedia Group, and this is teachers cropped into pictures. And there is John Olive right there. There's Coach Britton. There is Lester. Look at here. Look at Charlie Hickerson right there. Isn't that amazing? Look at all these people. There's Janet, see. It just goes on and on and on and on. Look at them right here. There's principal right there is Mike. There's Bert Oakley right there. There's Rodenbeck. There's Dr. Sawyer right there. Look at that. Look at Mathis. Mathis has finally gotten a hit. He had to get Babe Ruth's uniform on to get a hit. There's Ronnie Dyer. I mean, just look at them. They go on down through here. Look at all these teachers. You'll recognize some of them. One of the best, though, right there is Willie Mayberry. Look at Willie. We'll just pan through here. Let you see who we got. Multimedia Group.
I'm NASCAR driver Mark Martin. You know what's worse than waiting in traffic? Waiting in the emergency room when you're in pain. So choose the ER that's extra fast, ER Extra. ER Extra is specifically engineered to get you the help you need and back in action with race car speed. ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
ER Extra. Exclusively at Harton Regional Medical Center.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's news, get it first, fast, and free with news leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Welcome back. I'm on the set today with one of my most favorite people in all this world, Kat Murray. Hey.
Hey.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We've already hugged.
I know. We'll do it next time.
You're talking about Camp Diversity today.
Yes,
and
I am.
Intrigued by the whole idea. When is that coming off?
It is going to be Friday, starting at 5:30. The kids are going to meet. We haven't quite determined where they're going to meet yet. At 5:30, and then it'll go through Saturday. That's the 27th of
April. That's a week from this week.
Yes, and it'll end at 5 p.m. on Saturday, so it's an overnight camp.
So you're trying to get all your people lined up.
Yes.
And let's let clue people in on what Camp Diversity actually is.
Camp Diversity is a camp that we're offering to 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, and anyone in the Tullahoma area, even in Coffee County. We had some Coffee County students last year that want to apply. The application fee is $10.
When you say 7th, 8th, and 9th, is that like going into 7th and 8th?
Currently 7th, 8th, and 9th.
7th, 8th,
Yes.
and 9th. Okay.
Yes, and we have scholarships if they need assistance with their application fee.
And it's only $10.
It's $10. It covers the T-shirt, the lodging, and the food for the almost 24-hour period.
I'm impressed that you can do it for that price. So
well,
I know
we still
you
need some sponsors. Exactly.
You absolutely have got to have some sponsors.
Exactly.
And
So,
I know you already have some.
We've had the Kiwanis was gracious to give us money, and the GFWC Centennial Women's Club gave us money, and we've had personal donations, and we've had some donations that Miss Frida Lusk has just been out there driving for them, and
Frida
but we
is
still
great.
need more, and because we want to keep this very
You want
low
to keep
cost.
it going,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is the 3rd year, am I right?
This is our 2nd year for the camp, but 3rd year for the group.
Meetings.
Yes.
And when do you meet and where?
We meet at the First Christian Church about every month.
Let's give the phone number real quick in case people want to call you and sign up.
For the camp, they can call McMurr's, and that number
Okay.
is 461-0034, and the application deadline was actually Monday, but we've
you've got
extended
room
it
for a few
until
more.
We've extended it until Wednesday, tomorrow, in case because this airs another day.
Right.
At 6 o'clock, if they can come in, get an application, fill it out, we have room for more students. Yes, and the kids last year absolutely
You
loved
want to
it.
give me a quick rundown on the kind of things that happen at Camp Diversity?
Sure. I've been asked if this is about a religious kind of atmosphere, and it is not. It's more about diversity in races and cultures, and we do activities, and as a group we do a number of activities to deal with those kind of things.
Those kind of things.
And then they break off and do a different kind of activities in dialogue. We call them dialogue
And
groups.
so they get to talk to each other about their problems or things they've experienced in the community.
And then also there are actually specific activities that the Building Bridges in Nashville has been gracious enough to let us use their material.
They have some wonderful material.
They
I've
do.
heard about them.
And the one of the directors up there is going to come and she's not really volunteer, but she's going to come and facilitate the event on Saturday
and speak to
and speak to the children.
And will she allow them to ask questions at the end?
Every activity has the activity,
to
the
talk.
follow-up, and then it gives the kids a chance to talk about it. And we're going to do. Last year, we do a thing at the beginning about what was their expectations, because none of the kids knew what was going on. And so we did an expectation thing, and we got a lot of kids saying, well, we're going to do a campfire and go swimming, and I was like, no, not really.
It's more of about awareness, isn't it?
It is, and the other thing too is after that, after I got that response, I actually left the camp and went to Walmart and got some s'more stuff. So we are going to do s'mores again this year. Yes, we have to do that because that was a very big hit for the kids.
Do you find that there is certain types of questions that come up in each group?
Well, I'm kind of a roamer because I'm the camp director.
Is bullying an issue at times?
No, it wasn't last time.
Good.
No, it wasn't last time. It was a lot of the issues last time. Like I said, they're pretty focused on the activities that they do.
Yeah.
And so there was last year we did this activity. It was called the Privilege Line, and it started out with everyone in one line, and then the facilitator would ask a question, and if you fell in that question, if you've ever been bullied, you take a step back.
Right.
If you've ever been discriminated against because of your race, you take a step back, and then there was also things that you go forward. So
that's clever.
It was very nice, and you hold
good.
hands, and then by the end of the activity, everyone's not holding hands anymore because you're going forward. And
this almost sounds like something that should be done in all our schools.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Yes, we have.
I think that would be awesome.
We've discussed with Dr. Lawson about doing that, and possibly we're going to try to figure that into their time this summer.
As an educational outreach
sort of
exactly
experience.
What we're doing. That would be great. We've got your phone number up there.
That's
so
us.
Be sure and call and get your money in, or if you can't get your money in, you call anyway.
Exactly.
We are going to see that you get to go.
Well, yes,
Camp Diversity.
yes, and then the other thing is too. Like I said, we do need sponsors because we want to keep this, low. We have Glenda Clark is going to do a catering. You can't go wrong with Glenda.
Oh my God! I'll sign up for the event.
Yeah.
And you have At least 50, did you say, or am
we have at least 50 slots, and we have probably about 30 left.
Okay.
So yes, we haven't got a lot of kids.
I would encourage all parents to take a look at this.
Yes, and we're doing background checks on all the camp leaders, so that everyone that's going to be up there, so that the parents can feel comfortable with what's going to happen. And like I said, last year we did it 2 nights, but because of funding, we're just going to stick to one night.
Stick to one night. And your meetings that you have basically once a month?
Yes, they're called Dialogue on Diversity.
And
we meet
where
at
are those meetings? First Christian Church?
Yes.
Are you in that new part of the building?
Yes, we are.
That is really nice.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So that's a good thing to go on there. So I would encourage people, and that doesn't cost anything, does it?
No. You just have to kind of check with Pastor Murdoch on the dates, because I'm not very good with dates.
Right. But I guess you can call the church, and they will let you know about the date.
Yes.
You have boys and girls.
We have boys and girls, and we try to, in the dialogue group, we try to break it down so that there's enough balance in the race and the ages. Last year we actually had 6th graders there, but we decided they were a little too young.
They are. It's the difference between 6th and 7th.
It is.
You commented on something that one of your students said to me earlier, one of the kids that was in the camp last year.
Yes, we had
that truly touched me.
Yeah, it was great. We had a young lady, I think she was a 7th grader. She was at East, and Monday after the camp, one of the staff came to McMurray's. Just so happened she had some work to do, and she was talking and telling me that the young lady told her that she needed to go around to the school and apologize to everyone she'd ever been mean to, because this weekend it kind of made her understand a little more about tolerance and stuff like that.
So Camp Diversity, if that can happen to one person, it can filter out into an entire community.
And the other thing is too that the staff was just so excited and so about the whole event that
you may have to stay all week. We have to stop here.
That's good.
This is such
Camp Diversity, come to McMurray's, 461-0034. Give us a call if you have anyone 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. We don't necessarily have to be in the Tullahoma City Schools. Bring money. Bring money.
Even if you're not in the camp, we need the money. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I love what you do. You are such a giver.
History.
We'll be back with more of living.
Hello, this is J.D. Oliver from the Smokehouse on Mount Eagle Mountain. Me and my sisters Nancy and Betsy would like to thank you all for your continued support. This year we're celebrating our 50-year anniversary at the Smokehouse. In conjunction with our 50-year celebration, we are bringing Music on the Mountain every Saturday night, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m., featuring the best of Nashville. We have had some wonderful singers, hit songwriters, and Nashville's rising stars have taken the stage. Come out this Saturday night and every Saturday night through the end of the year. Make it a date night or bring the whole family. Help us celebrate 50 years in the community. Music on the Mountain is free every Saturday night at Jim Oliver Smokehouse.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer. I'd like to invite everybody out to the Smokehouse every Saturday night for great music and awesome food.
Thank you very much, y'all.
Some people think that pressing their on-demand button will cost money or make their house explode or something. Of course, neither of these things is true. On-demand is just a way to access thousands of free movies and TV shows. The code to blow up a house is actually channel up, channel down, 2*77.
On demand, thousands of free movies and TV shows on your schedule, and nothing bad.
Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is being done at South Jackson Civic Center this weekend and next weekend, and there's a wonderful poster right there. There is a great cast. What I did was went to the Civic Center and looked at the backstage, looked at some of the props, looked at the set construction, and talked to a wonderful fellow named Wayne who's been part of that. Fred Helsley was in part of the design work in that. Ralph Graham's been involved. All kinds of people have been involved, and they usually never get much kudos about it. Well, they're getting ready to get some right now. Let's go to that video. And the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is going to be presented at South Jackson Civic Center, and we're going to go in and check on some set construction and see just what it takes to put a set together for outstanding musical like this. And these are some of the special pieces that have been built. There's a big triangle, and that looks like that's going to be the well. And there's the Pharaoh's head back here. So when we can a little bit later on, we're going to get with Wayne and talk about the construction of this stuff and what it takes to do the set work and get a show like this ready to go. Backstage, and I'm showing, it's going to be hard to see here, but this is a camel that has been created with two riders on it, and pretty incredible deal here. Let's see if I can walk up and get a little better shot of him. Look at there. Look at there. And, you know, this is the kind of stuff that takes place behind the scenes, the creation of these props, and you know, this is a big guy right here, put together just for this play. And as you look off the side of the stage, through the curtains, you see the camels behind and the riders on top. That's a real tale. Over in the corner, next to the camel, is a goat that somebody will probably ride during this thing. And there's a palm tree right there that's part of the desert scene. And look at there, look at the sand dunes. It makes you feel like you're in Egypt right there. And those are painted on the back wall. And there's Pharaoh's head. The guy's got the big head. And then this is a well. This is a well that Joseph gets thrown into, and also it's other things in the place. So it's a multi-purpose prop that's used, and there's the lid of it on the back side. We have Mr. Wayne Stevens with us today, and Wayne is one of the people who has been involved in set construction on Joseph and the Multicolored Dreamcoat. Wayne, what kind of fun has this been?
Oh, it's big fun, big fun. A lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Who all's been involved in this with you, Wayne?
Building the set.
Building the set. I think Fred Helsley had something to do with the design, didn't he? Original design.
My understanding is yes, he did the original set design. I think we've scaled back a little on that because we've got a relatively small stage here and we've found a limited place to put things. So we've tried to have some pretty big pieces, as you can see, with the Pharaoh head here and some of the other things. But we'll squeeze it all together along with the 60 or so people that are in here, and we'll make it work somehow.
Well, I noticed behind the curtain over there, and I got a picture of it. There's a camel back there.
There is a camel back there.
Did y'all construct the camel?
I did not, and I actually couldn't tell you who did. I know that someone else did, and it was brought in here, and I was very thankful that someone else was doing that.
And the thing about that is, when you're doing this for a play, these things have to be realistic, but they also have to be quite mobile and lightweight because they have to be moved. And as I'm talking with Wayne, I'm going to back up just a little bit and let you look here at Brother Goat that's right here in front of him. And the goat is used, and that is probably one of the largest ears of corn that I have ever seen right there. And that's what happens when Pharaoh gets a big ear of corn. He shares with people, doesn't he?
That's right.
That's part of what the play's all about. What's your background, and what do you do during the weekday?
Well, I'm a plans reviewer for the city of Nashville. I review, myself and a few other guys review everything that gets built in Nashville for code compliance. We check the architect's work and make sure that they're following all the rules.
So that gives you a little bit of knowledge about what you're doing here on set construction, huh?
Well, a little bit. I'm used to designing and building things that have to have flushing toilets that work and stuff like that. Here you don't have to have that at all, but you get more other challenges like something this big with doors up in the air that have to open and close, and that's a challenge.
And are movable.
Yes.
And are movable.
As you said, it has to be lightweight and it has to be functional, but it's got to be heavy enough to not just buckle over and fall.
And where do you call home, Wayne?
Manchester, Tennessee.
Live in Manchester.
I do.
And we appreciate you. Oh, you're one of the brothers. Let's get into your part in the play. You're one of the brothers, right?
I'm Gad. One of the brothers. That's right. One of 11 of us. Well, 12, but we don't like to count Joseph because we're mad at him. But we'll probably patch it up by the end of the play.
Well, I hope so. And most people realize what this is about. And we just appreciate you spending your time with us. Thank you for being involved in a community playhouse here in Tullahoma and sharing your many skills and with the many things you can do with the community here.
You're welcome, and thank you, and hopefully everybody will come out and see Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
That is this coming weekend?
That's right.
That starts this coming weekend, for the next 2 weekends.
Friday, April 20th through the 29th, I think is the last day. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 2 weekends in a row.
Sunday matinee. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
How can toys like these lead to a 6-year-old's death and leave another child permanently brain damaged? Because they're not toys at all. A safety message from your local fire department and this station.
Oh, there's my cat. Should I put her away?
Lighten it up a little bit.
How's this? Great.
Good.
There we go.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Wheatley, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. I'm on the set with the most interesting young lady, Jennifer
Thank you for
Gerald.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I got
Peggy.
excited when I found out that you were in the family of Red and Margaret Gerald.
Yes, precious,
I love them so
precious.
much. Anyway, today we're talking about empowerment of women.
Yes, yes. My journey started about 2 years ago when I had it was a severe marital problem.
Yeah.
And I went through just a traumatic time in my marriage. It really devastated me. It just pulled the wool out from under me, you know.
You didn't expect it?
Did not expect it. Well, the marriage wasn't good to begin with, but I really didn't expect what happened. But at that time, God brought a lot of women into my life that were experiencing the same thing or had gone through traumatic events in their life. And
you found sharing with them.
I found talking with them.
That alone is probably empowering.
It is very empowering. But He brought all those women into my life, and at that time it became my mission and my ministry to empower these women and give them the tools to make it through the storms of life.
Exactly.
To draw closer to God, to rely on Him for everything, and to give them the tools for their life journey to be the best that they could be.
So do you have a group that meets?
I do. Actually, I've started the Empower Women's Movement.
Okay.
And on our farm we have 235 acres.
Where is that?
It is in Shelbyville on Knights Campground Road. We're opening the Way.
I think we have
Farm.
a phone number. Let's go ahead and put that phone number up. They have a phone number in the back, and if people that don't get everything we're saying can call that number and get information.
And get all the information. We will be having women's retreats, and we also, what we're doing is we're targeting every aspect of the woman. You know, we are a whole entity.
Do you have a certain
here.
age group that you're dealing with?
All
Any
ages,
age group
all
that are
ages.
having life's problems concerning
Right.
those issues.
What we're doing is the Way Fit Farm is going to be a place, it's like a spiritual, physical, nutritional boot camp.
Cool.
And you can come for weekend retreats.
And is there a price involved?
There is. It's probably going to, we haven't really set our price yet, and it's going to also depend on income because we don't want anyone to be left out.
Do you take a certain amount of people for one weekend?
We will have groups of 18. Around 18 to 20 women is how many we can have.
So that you have plenty of time to bond and to talk about issues.
Yes. We will target every aspect of the whole woman. We very much target the spiritual aspect of the woman. We want women to draw on the Word and to understand that they are wonderfully and fearfully made. They are made in the image of God,
and they are
capable. Yes, they are capable. They have passions and abilities that they need to tap in on. You know, we get caught up in the day-to-day, and we just kind of live life, but we don't really live life.
Exactly.
You know, we don't look at our blessings. We don't tap into what I really wanted to be when I grew up. You know, we just kind of get caught up in things.
There's people my age still working on that.
And I am, you know, I'm still looking, I'm still on that journey. But we want to empower women to use their abilities, use their talents, tap into that.
And not be just totally validated because there's a man in their life.
This is what you have to, that is what I had to come to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And did you find that women that that were widows did not have as big a problem as women whose husbands had left them?
Sure.
That's huge.
Because when they leave you for another woman, for whatever reason,
that's devastating.
You feel inferior. What was wrong with me?
What did I do wrong?
What did I do wrong? What didn't I do? Was I not pretty enough? Did I cook right? Or whatever it is. But what we have to really ground ourselves in is that we are validated and we are affirmed by a loving Creator that says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Like I said, we are capable, we have abilities, He has a wonderful plan and a future for us, and He offers us the peace that passes understanding. And that kind of peace, that's rest and peace.
So when people come to the farm, what are some of the things you do?
Well, we also work on the physical aspect of the woman, so that she can live a healthy, total wellness.
Comes from. Does WAY stand for something?
WAY is
women.
Jesus is the way.
Oh, okay.
The Way Fit Farm. And the physical part, we will be doing hiking. We will have obstacle course. We will have exercise as far as aerobics, yoga, Pilates.
So it's mind, body, spirit.
Mind, body, spirit.
I love
all three,
that.
because that's what we are. We are mind, body, spirit. And we will teach you how to eat.
Oh,
you know,
we all need to know that.
We will teach you how to eat whole foods, real foods. That's what we need to concentrate on. You know, there's all these fad diets out here. Take a pill, lose 10 pounds.
All right.
It's not
Shake
good for the
something
body.
on the
not
food.
good for the body.
Yeah.
Not good for the body. God meant for us to eat real whole foods, vegetables, fruits, fish, lean meats, nuts. You know, there's a wonderful array of food, and the more colorful, the more healthy it is for you.
Much of what you eat has to do with how you feel.
Well, I mean,
obviously.
it predisposes you to
Of
heart.
course.
If you don't eat right, you're predisposed to heart disease, some forms of cancer, sugar diabetes. And so what we want to do is train you, not train you, but teach you and give you the tools to be the very best you can be, to live the very best life you can. And it's, you know, socially, we ground you in who you are and not in other people. You can't draw your joy from other people.
So you are encouraging people to gain self-confidence.
Self-confidence.
And to learn to use their inborn abilities.
Exactly.
To excel in life.
We use motivational speakers. We use positive thought process, because, you know, in essence, you are what you think you are.
Of course.
You really are. You are what you believe yourself to be.
It's important to know that.
Exactly.
And accept that as the truth.
There are endless possibilities. We live in a country of just endless possibilities. The world's at our feet. And so,
obviously, this has helped you a lot.
Oh, yes.
It has brought you alive. You're energized by this process, aren't you?
It is, very much so, because I love helping people.
Now,
God
at
has
the
put
farm,
that is my passion.
how many people are actually on the working side, or the people that are helping?
There are 4 to 5 people.
4 to 5.
Yes, I am a physical trainer, licensed physical trainer, and I also do motivational speaking. I also do life coaching to help, you know, get you structured, get you focused. We do goal setting. Goal setting is tremendous. You know, the percentage of people that write down their goals versus the percentage that say, I'm just going to do this.
No,
it's
you
amazing.
have to write it down.
You have to see it.
And you have to put a deadline. It's just like producing a play.
Exactly.
We got to have this come off on a certain date.
Stay on target.
I agree with that.
And life's gonna throw us curveballs, but you know what we have to do? We have to be ready to swing. We can't pull out of the batter's box, right?
Exactly.
We're gonna hit the ball. We're gonna get a home run. So
well, you know what, Jennifer? You have a lot to say, but we got to go.
Okay. Well, I've enjoyed it, Peggy.
Thank
you for having me here.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget the phone
I enjoyed
number
it.
and go to the farm. All right,
yes,
we'll be back with more.
thewayfitfarm.com.
We'll be back with more living or less.
Look around, the changes catch your eye, and you come to realize one can make a difference. Since 1915, Kiwanis International has touched millions of lives. When you help one child, you help the world. But one can make a difference.
All right, Peggy, we're back.
It's time to say goodbye.
We're done.
Is it over? Is it done?
It's over.
Time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Great show. Some good things went on here today.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff, and evidently.
And don't forget to go see Joseph.
Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
This weekend at South Jackson.
And next weekend.
And we're out of here.
Ring of Fire.